Hi, I'm Lars from All About Samsung, and today we're gonna have a first unboxing of the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 9. It's been just a few hours since Samsung has announced the Galaxy Note 9. Here I got the device, and first I was a bit skeptical because the difference between the Galaxy S8 and the Galaxy S9 was quite small. And some people expected that to be the case for the Galaxy Note 9 and the Galaxy Note 8 as well. But there were also rumors that the Galaxy Note 9 would come with a bigger battery, an all-new S Pen and an improved camera. Well, there is a full review coming soon, so you can follow this channel right now. But first we're gonna have to do an unboxing and see what's in the box of the Galaxy Note 9 and gonna have a first setup. Let's go. So here I got the Galaxy Note 9 in its retail box. On the front you do just have a black engraved S Pen, that's it. On the left side you do have an engraved Samsung Galaxy Note 9 logo, and on the right side you have nothing. On top you have the European SIM card, so the Samsung regional lock, and on the back there's the font, there's the specifications. And it's interesting to see that Samsung makes the box so simple. As an example, the box of the Galaxy S9 Plus looked different. Anyway, it's more interesting what's in the box, and the backside gives you quite a good hint, because here I got the Galaxy Note 9 in the small version with 128GB internal storage and a duos version. So the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 comes with a 6.4-inch full rectangle or 6.3 rounded corners Quad HD Plus as AMOLED screen. That means that the screen has rounded corners, and if you take notice of those rounded corners, the screen is slightly smaller than it's the case if you don't respect the rounded corners. And there is a super speed dual pixel 12 megapixel optical image stabilization f1.5 and f2.4 and a 12 megapixel optical image stabilization f2.4 camera. Quite a long sentence. Anyway, this is basically the camera found on the Galaxy S9 Plus with the adjustable aperture and a zoom lens. You also have super slow motion, you have an 8 megapixel autofocus selfie camera, you have iris scan, you have an S Pen with remote control, that's a new feature, that there is Bluetooth on board of the S Pen. You have 128GB of storage and 6GB of memory. Actually, this is the small version. There will be a version available with 512GB of storage and 8GB of memory. So this is just the small version. I don't know why Samsung makes such a difference between the small version and the big version in terms of the RAM, but it just doesn't matter. 6GB will be fine for most of the users. There are also stereo speakers tuned by AKG found on the Galaxy Note 9, so Samsung is using the earpiece as a speaker as well. And you do have earphones tuned by AKG in the box. There is a 4000 mAh battery found on the Note 9, and the Note 9 is capable of doing wireless charging, but there is no charging pad in the box. And the Note 9 got an IP68 rating, so it's water and dust resistant. That's it about the box. Now let's do the unboxing. So here's the box, and first you have to get another box out of the box. Anyway, then you have to open a little thing over here, and then you can open the box of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And there is all the paper stuff with the warranty information, and of course the little SIM card eject pin to open up the SIM card tray, and so you can put in a micro SD card and a SIM card. So this is important, the rest of the paperwork is not. And then there is the device, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. We're gonna have a closer look on the device later. First we're gonna see what's in the box. There's also a little adapter from micro USB to USB Type-C, so you can use older gear with the USB Type-C as well. Then there's a dongle from USB Type-C to USB Type-A, so you can bring all your data from your old smartphone to your new smartphone by using a cable, or you can use a USB stick as an example, or an external HDD on the Galaxy Note 9. Then there is a charging adapter. This is the normal charging adapter with adaptive fast charging, and if you have a look on the back, you see that it's charging the Note 9 with 5 volt at 2 ampere or a 9 volt at 1.67 ampere. So it's basically the same Quick Charge 2 adapter found for the last 2 or 3 years. No Quick Charge 3 on the Note 9. And then there is a little extra box in the box of the Note 9. with some headphones tuned by AKG. These are the headphones found on the S8 as well, and they deliver quite a good sound quality, but of course they're just stock headphones. Then you have a USB Type-C cable, black, quite long, and USB Type-C, so this is basic. You have some extra tips for the headphone, and you have a tool for the S Pen of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 to pull out the tip of the S Pen and bring in another tip, which might be softer or harder, depends on what you're writing on and on your personal taste of writing. And that's it. That's what's found in the box of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Some accessory and of course the Note 9, but nothing special at all. So here I got the Galaxy Note 9, and first we have to get rid of the foils on the front and on the back and of course on the frame, and that takes some time because it's a bit annoying to get actually rid of the foils on the frame, but it's worth it because afterwards you have now the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 brand new and without any foil on it. So now let's have a closer look on the Galaxy Note 9. I'll switch it on just to see the display, otherwise it's just a big black block. Here you can see Samsung Galaxy Note 9 secured by Knox and powered by Android. And while it's booting up, I can tell you something about the specifications. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9 has on the front a 6.4-inch screen with a resolution of 2960 by 1440 pixel. It measures 8.8 millimeter and it weighs 201 gram. Once the display is switched on, you can see only small difference between the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 and the Galaxy Note 8. Because on the front there is only a slightly smaller frame below the display, and that's basically it. The screen is just slightly larger than the screen of the Note 8, so it's barely to notice. And the rest of the front looks quite similar. So you still have a front camera, you do have an iris scan with an LED, and you have a double-edged screen. You can hold it in the light and you see the glass over here is edged. It's Gorilla Glass, by the way. If you turn the device, you see on the back side the new camera. It's still horizontal as it was the case on the Note 8, but now the fingerprint scanner was moved from the right side of the camera below the camera. And I have to say that it's, in terms of ergonomics, way better than it was on the Note 8, because now you can hold the device and unlock the device by using the fingerprint scanner. There is the Samsung logo on the back and the Duos logo, and again that's Gorilla Glass 5 as well, and double-edged on the back side as well. This is actually quite smart because you have quite a thick device with 8.8 millimeters, but by using double-edged glass, the metal frame in the middle is quite slim. It's made out of aluminium 7000, quite a hard aluminium, and Samsung changed the device of the frame slightly, because if you have a closer look on the frame, you see that Samsung is now using not a totally rounded shape of the frame anymore. As a comparison, here is my Samsung Galaxy S9. And on the Galaxy S9 you see that it's completely rounded shape. On the Galaxy Note 9 now there is a little edge in the frame, and I have to say that I really do like that. It's still completely black and a dull frame, but Samsung changed it so it's now a bit more edged in the hand. On the frame you have on the right side the power button, on the top you have the SIM card tray and the microSD card tray, on the left side you have the volume key and the Bixby button, and on the bottom you have the 3.5mm jack, the USB Type-C connector and a speaker, and of course the S Pen. The S Pen looks quite similar to the S Pen of the Galaxy Note 8, but it has some very special features. I'm going to show you them later. Anyway, one thing you can't see on the front is that Samsung is using the front speaker, the earpiece, as a speaker as well. So you have, in combination with a bottom speaker, a stereo speaker on board of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now the first setup. So let's start in English. First you can connect to Wi-Fi, we're gonna skip that. Then you can agree to all terms and conditions or just to the end user license agreement. And then you can enter the date and the time and of course your name. And then you can choose how to protect your phone. This is actually new because here you can set up the intelligent scan just from the start on. To set up the intelligent scan, you have to set up a PIN first. Well, I'm going to skip that and just gonna enter 4 times the 1 so I can remember it. And then you have a little disclaimer over here, you have to skip it, then you have to continue, and then you have first to take a picture of yourself. So this is the face recognition. It's quite simple, you see, but I have to hold it in the right angle while filming. And then you have to scan your iris by looking into the iris scanner and not holding your finger over it. So you have to stare into the iris scanner, and it takes some time, but then the iris is registered and now the phone is protected. Next, you have the Google services. I'm going to agree to them. And then you can sign into your Samsung account. Again, I'll skip that. And I won't restore my data. Of course, you can restore it from your previous device by using the dongle included in the box, but I won't restore it. And then there's some more useful features like the extent of the battery life or the private folder. And that's it. This is the first setup all done. Now the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is set up. This is the home screen. On the home screen you can open up the app drawer by swiping up or swiping down. Swiping to the left will open up Bixby, but I'm not connected to Wi-Fi right now. And if you swipe down from the top, you see all the toggles. And if you head into the settings, you see that the Galaxy Note 9 comes with Android 8.1, so Oreo, and the Samsung Experience 9.5. And you can see in the settings that you do have a battery of 4000 milliamp. If you go back to the Samsung folder, you can also see that the internal storage of this device is 128 GB in combination with 6 GB of memory. And for the rest, this is an Exynos device, so you have an Exynos 9810 under the hood. It's an octa-core SoC clocked at 2.7 GHz up to. You have 6 GB of memory, you have 128 GB of storage, you have 4000 milliamp battery, you have a resolution of 2960 to 1440 pixel, but in fact by default it's set to Full HD Plus with a 2220 to 1080 pixel to save some battery time. And that's it about the hardware, but there's some special features. One thing I showed you before was the intelligent scan. It's working quite good actually, but you can also set up the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is now in a more reachable position, so you have to enter the pin and then you have to swipe over the fingerprint scanner. Just one swipe with a full finger and then it's done, fingerprint added, and you can try it out. So you just have to scan it once and then you see that it works. So the fingerprint is now set up, and in combination with the intelligent scan, so the face recognition and the iris scan, it works very well. One thing that is very important is of course the S Pen. The S Pen is basically the same as found on the Galaxy Note 8, at least in most terms, because it still measures 4096 levels of pressure, and you can use it as a remote as well. But first about the normal S Pen function. Here is the S Pen menu with all the well-known functions already found on the Galaxy Note 9. But the new function is that there is Bluetooth in the S Pen. It's actually charged by inductive charging in the device. So if you put the S Pen in the Galaxy Note 9, it'll be charged. Within 40 seconds, the S Pen will be charged completely and then has a runtime of up to 30 minutes. And then if you go into the advanced features and there in the S Pen settings, you can see that you do have an S Pen remote with now 100% of battery and some options. Where if I hold down the pen button, I open up the camera. If I, in the camera, do a single press, I take a picture, a double press will switch the camera. And actually I've seen a whole PowerPoint presentation with this menu with clicking slides forward or backward. So it's actually working as a Bluetooth remote for the Galaxy Note 9 or other devices as well. First I'm going to show you now the camera, because then I'm going to show you the remote control. The camera is basically the same as found on the Galaxy S9 Plus. So it has one main camera with dual pixels and an adjustable aperture of f1.5 or f2.4 and a tele lens with almost double the focal length. If you go to the settings, you can see that you can take pictures with 12 megapixels and videos with up to full 4K resolution and 60 frames a second. It's one of the very best cameras on the market, with also the capability to take super slow motion videos. In the camera you have the well-known menu, so on the left you have the live focus, the pro mode, and on the right you have the super slow motion and stuff like this. And on the front camera you have the selfie and you have the AR emoji. I've seen it before. You can just create an own emoji by taking a selfie of yourself, like this, and the S9 will create an emoji out of this selfie and to animate that emoji through the camera. It's basically Samsung's answer to Apple's Animoji. So this is my emoji, save it to the gallery as well. And that's it. So now the AR emoji is created and I can switch it on, and there I am doing some stuff. So it's basically Samsung's answer to the Animoji, but they don't like it that much. But that's the camera. It's doing a good job and I will test it for the full review later. But now the camera is enabled and now I can use the S Pen to actually open up the camera. I'm pressing now the button long and I'm opening up the camera. Now I'm pressing the button twice and I switch the camera to the selfie cam. And if I press it again, I'll switch back to the main camera. If I switch back to the selfie camera and take just one press, then I'm taking a selfie. So I can use the S Pen as a remote control for the camera as an example, and for other stuff as well. But for the camera, it's just easy to show what the S Pen is capable of. So here is the selfie taken with the S Pen, or at least with the S Pen as a remote. And that's it for the first setup of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So this was a first unboxing and setup of the Galaxy Note 9. I don't like just unboxing, so I'm always doing a setup as well and telling you some more stuff about the device, so the video is a bit longer. Sorry for that. Anyway, I hope you liked the unboxing and maybe you like the device as well. First I was uncertain about the device, but now I found for me that the Note 9 is a good evolution of the Note 8. Now the battery is improved, the camera is improved, you have the new S Pen and some other smaller improvements such as the stereo speakers. So for me the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 for the moment, for the very first impression, seems to be a very decent smartphone. If you have any questions regarding the Galaxy Note 9, just let me know below in the comments. There are way more videos about to come, so there is a subscribe button somewhere down there. So feel free to subscribe. For the moment, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.